I hope you're ready for a very exciting evening. Hello, my name is Dave Hall. I'm the creator and inventor of Cellercise and the patented Cellerciser. I'm also the inventor of our new patented and patent-pending technology behind our Mr. Rebounder app, which we look forward to launching for you tonight. For 30 years, I've traveled around the country in different parts of the world promoting a different methodology of exercise, which we call Cellercise. It's different from typical exercise, and the Cellerciser is different from typical rebounders, as many of you in our Cellercise family have discovered. Cellercise is not weight-bearing, it's not weight-lifting, it's weight-bearing on every muscle, bone, ligament, tendon, skin, collagen, fascia over 100 times per minute. Cellercise harnesses the forces of acceleration, deceleration, and gravity while eliminating the jarring effect of typical aerobic impact sports. By altering the angle of our body in different positions, we create more leverage while targeting different muscle groups. But unlike typical exercise movements, we keep the entire body involved all at the same time. That makes Cellercise more efficient, so it takes less time for a full body routine. With Cellercise, we grow stronger in many different positions, which can offer a distinct advantage over typical exercise while boosting athletic performance in virtually any activity. With Cellercise, we can now challenge the body in ways typical exercise cannot. The pumping action incorporated in Cellercise increases and opens up circulation, makes it easier on the heart and the collateral muscles, pumps the lymphatic system to improve immune function and overall health. Feel better, perform better, have more energy, and enjoy a better quality of life at any age. Cellercise, it's been called the closest thing to the fountain of youth yet devised by man. Target weight loss, knee issues, digestion, elimination, back issues, shoulder issues, hip issues, bronchial tubes and lungs, and much more. With stronger, healthier, more efficient cells, we can have a stronger, healthier, more efficient body. Cellercise is fun, easy, efficient, convenient, effective, safe, economical, a one-time investment for a lifetime of benefit. And with Cellercise, it's portable. I never leave home without it. In the world we live in today, can we continue to afford fighting a myriad of illnesses, or should we consider promoting the causes of better health? We all have a greater health potential, and we hope that Cellercise will help you to reach yours. And with Cellercise, now you don't have to work out. You can play in. Christine, come on over. Let's take a look at some of the questions and some of the customer reviews. I want to thank all of you today for participating and being involved. I hope you're as excited as I am about the launch of the Mr. Rebounder app, which we're going to do at the very end of this program. So with that, Christine, welcome. Tell us, first of all, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm exhausted,
Yeah.
but I think I'm doing much better than I generally did.
Yeah.
We just finished the wedding of my son this weekend, and
yes, that's
it was
right.
a little chaotic being an outdoor wedding, moved indoors because of the weather, and we're tired, but we're going to build ourselves back up. But I actually feel relatively good compared to what I know I would have felt like a year ago. So,
well, good.
Doing really well. I have a couple of reviews
keep
that I came
Cellercise.
across that I thought you'd find interesting.
Oh, thank you. All right. Thought I'd share. I had to check it with my doctor and weighed in today. Well, y'all, I have reached my goal weight of 127 pounds and I've dropped a total of 13 pounds. I've struggled for 5 years, stuck and weighing always 140 to 142 pounds no matter what I did. Running, lifting weights, spending money on personal trainers and gyms. Lastly, I made the best decision 6 months ago to drop my expensive, top-notch Orange Theory Fitness membership, where we all lifted weights, rode hard, and ran in terms of base, push, and all out on the treadmill for a total of an hour 2 times a week. And I put my trust in, and thank you for that, the Cellerciser by David Hall, and studied his YouTube channel and website often. I believed, and it happened! Exclamation points. All right, Christina. Also, my doctor took me off my blood pressure medication about 2 months ago. Today, he looked at my pumped arms. I did jump this morning, and he said, "Glad you are still working out, but I've not lifted any weights or ran in maybe a month and a half. I owe it all to the amazing Cellerciser by David Hall and eating healthy. Only 10 minutes at a time does the real job of melting and toning your body. I love checking in with all of you in this wonderful Facebook Cellercise group. It keeps me on a routine, and I try to do better if I miss a day. Thanks to everyone here. David Hall, Christine, Tammy Sager. Tammy, she's been involved forever. I appreciate you too, Tammy. And my father, who gifted me the Cellerciser. Thank you. Thank you, Christina. Is that another one?
Just a little tiny one.
Okay. Roxy writes, we are doing fantastic. Our allergies are better. Good. Sleeping better at night. Increased sense of well-being. And we just finished our 3rd week. We love our Cellerciser. And thank you very much. You know, all of you are making a difference in the lives of so many people. And we all know people that have issues that they're dealing with. What I said earlier in the very beginning of this program is true. When our cells are stronger, healthier, and working more efficiently, our body parts and functions are going to be stronger, healthier, and working more efficiently too. I often get a lot of different questions regarding various different health issues that are specific to a particular problem or condition. You know, our customer review section is almost miraculous, and it's on our website. And the results that people have when they improve the ability of the body to function more efficiently, to circulate more efficiently, and to work more efficiently, often these issues that we address just simply fade away. And that's our overall goal and objective, is to increase the overall ability for us to reach our greater health potential. And tonight, what I'm doing is we're going to be turning the program over to you. So there's going to be questions that you have or that experiences that you've run into. It doesn't matter. Feel free. We're a group a family group right now that are here to help support you. And if you have challenges, you have issues, you go ahead and talk to me about them. I've been doing this again 30 years. Not much I haven't heard. So please, if you have questions, start sending us your questions. We're going to go over them live. Okay. So, Christine, we've got some here. Go ahead.
This one actually came from our YouTube channel.
Ah.
They said, on your next video, could you please address how to move beyond the baby health bounce to the more advanced moves? I've watched your older YouTube videos dozens of times. I've watched the DVD that came with my Cellercise repeatedly. But I can't seem to get my feet off the mat other than just straight up and down bouncing. For example, when you lean back for ab work and kick your feet out in front, or do the back work by leaning forward and kicking your feet backward, or the side-to-side kicks, maybe I'm just still too heavy. But I've lost 10 pounds since my unit came March 7th, so that's amazing.
That's great. Good for
How
you.
do you build on the health bounce to do bigger and better things?
Okay. Well, when you're doing your exercises, we do it in graduated steps. And as we get stronger and as our core gets stronger, it becomes easier for us to alter the angle of our body more so that we can have greater lift, especially in our feet. So, standing on the Cellerciser and jogging in place, you can lift your feet up. And then, from this point, simply tilt backwards. Tighten the stomach muscles. And as you're tightening the stomach muscles and running, you're going to leverage the weight all throughout the entire front part of the body. You can increase the leverage eventually by jumping and kicking your feet out in front just like this, or side to side like this, or in the back this direction. But that comes with time. You're headed the right direction, you're losing the weight, you're increasing your strength, and you're as you do that, I tell people, don't think in terms of working out on the Cellerciser, just play on it. It will automatically work on you.
Okay, I'm noticing on here that some of them might have missed your very first piece while they're trying to get in, and they're dying. They're talking about the app. Tell them one more time what's happening tonight.
All right. Tonight, we are excited at the very end of this program to launch the Mr. Rebounder app. And we're going to have a little bit of a countdown, and we will do this. So it's going to be live and available to you first. You'll be the first to see it on Facebook as soon as our program is over. And we have our technicians standing by, and they're literally going to be they're going to be ready to push the button for us. So we're excited about it. We do have a pre-launch special, which is less expensive than what it's going to be at the end of the month. So we want you to take advantage of the pre-launch special. It's only $29.95. But keep in mind that with any app, when it's brand new, we're counting on you to give us some feedback. Some of the things that are working, maybe some of the things that are not working, some of the things you like, some of the things you'd like to see changed. This is our version 1. We're excited about it. It has taken me almost 8 years to bring this to the market. And Some of it was new technology. Our patents were actually issued before our product was actually created, which that's not generally the case, but that's how long it's taken us to put this together. It's a labor of love. It's not something that we're going to make a lot of money on, I don't expect, but it's something we're going to help a lot of people on. And so those of you who want to know more advanced exercise, advanced movements, you'll see them in the app. For those who want to do some of the beginning movements, you'll see them in the app. Intermediate, seniors section. Again, you'll be able to create your own movements within the app or put them together so that you have your own exercise routine. You'll have over 30 different exercises. And again, you'll be able to go on our website and it will show you demonstrations of it and give you more information. So thank you, all of you, so much for hanging in there with me. It's been a challenge, but it is happening. So Christine.
Okay. This question comes in. It says, I just got my new Cellerciser on Thursday, and this was just a little bit ago. I used it right away for 10 minutes and then twice more by the end of the day. Let me just say this is way different than the Bellicon. Yesterday I used it again and I'm on it right now. I do the 10-minute workout for now. I already feel an improvement in my neuropathy. This is very encouraging for me and I'm hoping it continues. Last night when I went to bed, my feet felt like they were hanging on electric charge firing through them. Could it possibly be growing new nerves or rerouting them or bringing them back to life? I really have not hurt at all, and maybe because I have been using a trampoline for about 8 years now, but never saw much improvement.
Okay. Well, yes, Cellerciser is going to challenge you in ways that obviously a big trampoline, it's softer, it's not as concentrated as a Cellerciser. We've had people who have used the Cellerciser for up to 20 minutes and have shared with me how they felt that the neuropathy wasn't as bad while they were doing that. So I do it again as part of day-to-day activity. We've got family members that have the issue and they still Cellercise. Once you've Cellercised, doing things like moving your foot around in circles back and forth, that helps to keep the circulatory channels, circulation, and nerve processes going down to the foot. So Cellercising is great. Yes, it stimulates, increases circulation, weight bearing, helps the body adapt. And then just laying in bed and taking your feet and making circles with them, one direction and then several the other direction, has also helped people with that whole balancing process, especially when you incorporate it with Cellercise.
Right. I've been troubled by debilitating migraines in the last 2 months, so rebounding has taken a back seat along with many other things to my doctoring and trying to get it better. Today seems to be a good day, so I'm hoping to bounce tomorrow. Do you have any advice for her about migraines?
Yeah. And again, I can't give medical advice. You have a condition. So I have to say consult with your doctor or health practitioner, or have them feel free to give me a call. But there are movements that we do on the Cellerciser that helps break up blockages, opens up circulation, and has increased and provided relief for a great many people. One of them, I want to encourage you to go to our website and take a look. It's a 2-page handwritten letter from a lady who had suffered migraine headaches since 1958, debilitating. And I've shared this story, I believe, before, but she was on morphine, lidocaine, Vitacaine, Loracet, several other pain medications, and it was so bad that her body parts and functions were shutting down. She couldn't hold a glass of water steady because of her tremor disease. Nothing had helped her. Having more and more pain medications could have been a bigger problem in causing body parts and functions to have more symptomatic issues. So she heard me on the radio. She got the Cellerciser. She starts the movement up and down. And you don't have to do it hard. Just gentle motions, gentle movement up and down. Remember, it moves fluid through the one-way valves, increasing circulation, making it easier on the heart and opening up capillaries as it changes blood chemistry. So all of that's occurring through this pumping up and down without any jarring effect. Nothing tenses up. It's opening the body. No hard impacts. Well, she gets the Cellerciser, and she's on it for a few months. And she writes me a 2-page handwritten letter. I don't know if you can see that or not, but her handwriting is actually better than mine. Listen to this. This is amazing. She says for the first time since 1958, she's totally migraine-free. She's off all pain medication. Her tremor disease is gone. And for the first time in 4 years, she's able to paint again. She goes on to say, since having such great results physically, I'm feeling so much better mentally. First, I give thanks to the Lord, which I do too, and thank Him for you, your work, Dave, and the development of your Cellerciser. How much pleasure and satisfaction you must receive from your work. Thank you so much. The Cellerciser has given me a new lease on life. That's one of several. But I want to encourage you to just the gentle movement up and down. Eventually, we can increase more oxygen. Now keep in mind, if we have blockages in the body, and we're moving up and down, and the blood or the circulation is pounding against the blockages, pretty soon it can break through those blockages. So we can open up capillaries. We can open up oxygen blood flow more effectively to the brain through this movement up and down. So as we're doing this, another technique initially is to take the hands and breathe in and out and just do that. Don't do too much of it, because if you do too much of it, then it can make you a little dizzy. The other one is to take the fingers, and we've talked about this on our previous shows too, our programs, and just massage directly underneath where that atlas, where the skull sits on the atlas, just at the very top, and you just massage that area and kind of push that circulation up. You can tilt your head to different sides, and you'll see some of those movements on some of the previous programs we've done also. So I hope that helps.
Okay. All right. They just want to know if you can spell the name of the man,
Kalahani?
Mm-hmm.
You told me about that. Kalahani. Yes, Kalahani. I haven't talked to him for a while, but boy, does that bring back memories. Kalahani is Kalahani.
The Hawaiian spelling.
Yes, it is.
All righty. Okay, is there any problem with leaving my Cellerciser outside all the time? I live in Florida.
Yeah, you're just going to have to hose it off, because the salt in the air will, over time, can corrode it. And other than that, I've had mine outside I've got one of them outside for 16 years. We still use it. The paint oxidized. There is no rust. The springs look brand new. The rubber feet have not decomposed like they do with typical rebounders or mini trampolines. They've glued themselves to the legs, but they're in good condition. The paint oxidized, which that's all right. I don't move it anywhere. I just leave it there. But down in Florida, yeah, probably because of the salt air, you're closer to the ocean. Just need to hose it off occasionally. But even if it does get rust or corrosion on it, who cares? Just put some oil on the springs to keep them quiet and have at it. It's weather resistant.
Okay. My daughter hurt her tailbone skating, fell on it. Will Cellercising, doing the health bounce, help, or is rest best?
Well, lying down on the Cellercise, where you can lie down, you take the vertical pressure off of the disc, and there's that movement that I teach where you lie down, you put your feet up on the chair, and by gently moving up and down, or having somebody gently move you up and down and rocking side to side, we're taking pressure off the tailbone and off the vertical joints altogether. But we're helping to promote circulation, and that increase, it feels like heaven. I mean, put a little pillow behind your head, feet up on a chair, and just lying down. We've actually demonstrated this in our previous program, and that gentle movement can offer immediate relief, and has with a great many people.
All right. I've been bouncing on my Cellerciser on my hands from a plank push-up position. My shoulders and arms seem to be reacting positively to this. I haven't seen you do this one, or wonder whether you think in the long run whether this is a good exercise or not.
Sounds like it. It sounds like a good exercise. If it's giving you results and you feel good about it and it's not causing you problems, have at it. There's so many things you can do on the Cellerciser. So, and I've seen things like that. I actually saw someone do something similar to that, but they actually put it next to a wall. They did a handstand, and they put their feet up against the wall, and they gently kind of bounced up and down in a handstand position against the wall. I've not done that. I'm happy with what I do, but if that motivates you and excites you and it feels good, by all means.
Okay, this lady has 2 questions. Does the Cellerciser help with blood glucose levels? And also, if one has decreased methylation, is that what that's called? Mm-hmm. Do you have any tips on using?
Well, we know the movement helps to increase circulation and body parts and functions. What is happening at the DNA level, we don't know exactly. But when your cells are gently expanding and contracting in a totally balanced state and are imbibed with more fluid so they can perform more efficiently, the absorption and the ability of the body to be able to utilize nutrients more effectively, I truly believe it is enhanced. I don't think there's any question about that. Your cells need oxygen, you utilize nutrients more efficiently as well. The increase of oxygen has a lot to do with metabolic processes within the body too. So an increase in hormonal activity as well as circulation, it has implications at every level of the cell. So it wouldn't surprise me. Now, as far as blood sugar levels, we've had phenomenal customer reviews, which are on our website. If you go to CellerciseDiabetesHelp.com, there's actually a site that is devoted to information with regards to blood sugar levels and some great customer reviews there as well. So that's CellerciseDiabetesHelp.com.
Did you cover the methylation?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Okay, so this one kind of is a double, and it's some really small print, so I'm going to have to put these on. So, okay. Hi, Dave. There is a Cellercise member who have been diagnosed with Osteopenia. Is that what it's called? Mm-hmm. And fibromyalgia. Mm-hmm. I have a dear friend, and she is in so much pain and more limited. Also, another friend who is functioning from MS by medication. Any Cellercise member with updates? In the meantime, I watched a movie last evening and decided to Cellercise gingerly, walking in place and light bouncing for 1 hour. Today I did the same for 45 minutes. This afternoon we had the warmth from the sun. It has been cold, like 40s, so this early evening I carried out solar lights and garden figures from my basement with such ease. I am in awe. Picked up and placed items in the garden without lower back pain tugging on my surgical knee from 2008 wasn't stressing. I did not wear a knee brace. My husband is going to be floored when he sees what I did. I have no residual, no stiffness, no tightness from my lower back or knee. Please explain this phenomenon.
Oh, gee. It would take me a long time to explain it all. But can I get that testimonial from...
Here's the one for the 5.
Yeah, this is Joni. And I want to share this with you because it covers some of what you've asked. And Joni is a registered nurse with fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, had been quite sick for the past 1 to 2 years, was in so much pain that she was taking morphine. Her life was vanishing from her eyes on a daily basis. All she could do was go to work and go home and go to bed. She says, I am single, so I have to work, although I had to continually cut back on my hours. With the assistance of my doctor, Christine Staub, another one of our customers, I decided to go off all medications cold turkey and start over. She suggested the Cellerciser and had one in her office. She had to help me get on and off it because I was so weak and unsteady. I could barely bounce on it, but started off with 1 minute 3 to 5 times per day. I did that for about 2 weeks before I was able to bounce a little harder. I am still off all medications and am gradually increasing my time and effort on the Cellerciser. The level of pain I was experiencing on a scale of 1 to 10 was about 15. I was in agony. Now the pain level is between 0 to 3. You know, the movement up and down, again, helps to reduce inflammation, increase circulation. That increase of circulation helps promote body healing and body performance. As far as multiple sclerosis, we have had so many stories and we need to get more research done on it. And these are up-to-date stories. These are recent stories where people are having phenomenal results. And I've talked to doctors who believe that the movement up and down and the pumping of the lymphatic system and the opening up of the lymphatic system may have something to do with the multiple sclerosis and those symptoms. I don't know that. I'm not a doctor. All I do know is that people, even with multiple sclerosis, are reporting the results that they are getting from Cellercise. And those results are astounding. And there should be more research done on it. And there was one more thing she asked. Do you remember
I think it was, osteopenia.
Yeah. Yes, osteopenia. We've got some great stories on that as well. A lady went from osteopenia or osteoporosis to osteopenia, improved her T-scores by over 3 points when the doctor said that wasn't possible. You might want to read her customer review as well. Remember, Cellercise is weight-bearing but not jarring. And the jarring effect accumulatively over time is damaging. Now, some people think, well, we need to do a hard impact sport to build up our muscles and our bones. No, you don't. You need to increase weight-bearing. You get weight-bearing and jarring, but you also get damage accumulatively and jarring. Cellercise creates a weight-bearing activity, but it virtually eliminates the jarring effect. So you get G-force or the weight, but without the detriment.
Okay. This one is interesting about jarring.
Yes.
The Brits have special forces that are among the best in the world, and training one of their training exercises to get in shape was to dress in full combat attire and simply repeatedly jump up and kick your feet out from underneath you, falling to the ground and hitting hard to create a strong jarring effect, which was supposed to tighten you up and make you combat ready. Dave seems to abhor any jarring, but jarring is a part of life. When is jarring good for physical conditioning?
Okay, jarring, the way that we do it to extremes, is not good. There's impact walking on the ground. You go to Disneyland and you walk around at Disneyland for a while, you're going to feel tired and you're going to want to sit down because the jarring impact restricts circulation. Over time, the jarring impact can actually restrict circulation between joints as well. And that can cause more damage than it is going to cause benefit. And the accumulative damage over time can take far more out of the body than it's ever going to give you back in return. I deal with a lot of people who've done a lot of long distance running, who did a lot of powerlifting and weightlifting type exercises, and they're my customers now. And we're helping them to restructure and strengthen those supporting muscles and ligaments around the joints and in the muscles. I'm not saying you can't jar. You want to jar, great. You want to go out and do long distance running and you love that, by all means, go ahead and do it. I would recommend Cellercising before you do it and then Cellercising after you do it. So you can help restore homeostasis, balance, and circulation between the joints that the jarring impact has restricted or had an impact on.
I was in a car accident many years ago and my right ankle was pretty much crushed and ended up with 7 pieces of permanent hardware in my ankle. I wore a cast for 6 weeks and was on crutches for several months and then a cane for the rest of the year. Needless to say, it was a very difficult year and I ended up with one leg looking smaller than the other and pretty much permanent stiffness in my right ankle. I want to know, will it be possible for my right leg to catch up in size and strength with my left leg, and what can I do to overcome this challenge? I do feel some of the stiffness loosening up in my ankle.
Yeah, Cellercise definitely has been known to help create balance in the body. When one side of the body is stronger than the other, that's very common with tennis players or with golfers. They often get golfers back, or certain areas of the body where it's unbalanced. And what Cellercise does is it doesn't favor one side of the body over the other. So as we're moving up and down equally, these G forces and weight-bearing forces on the body are not favoring one side of the body over the other. They're equal on both sides of the body. So the body can start to adapt in a balanced state when you are Cellercising, because you are doing it in a complete balanced state. There's other things that we can do to focus on those areas that may be a little out of balance. If one leg, for example, is shorter, the hips are out of alignment, the movements where you take your elbow, stick it up over your head, you lean a little bit to the left. If you feel more tension on one side or the other, that's very common. Then that's the area we want to work on a little bit more. And just gently bending and moving the foot in front of the other foot helps to open up that area while it increases circulation at the same time. So we can move that circulation into those areas. With the ankle, initially rocking side to side is going to work the ankle. Lifting the heels up and down works the ankle, is very effective. Bouncing side to side. Again, I'm not favoring one side of the body over the other. It's equal on both sides of the body. and eventually you can do some of the more advanced movements.
All right, this little gal is going on a flight soon, and she won't be able to take her Cellerciser with her, and she's going to be gone for 7 days. Is there anything you can suggest that she can do so she doesn't feel like she's going backwards while she does not have access to her Cellerciser?
I always take my Cellerciser with me.
She has just the bifold, so it's a little harder to take.
It's a little harder to take, yeah. Well, I'm not advocating jumping on the bed.
Someone actually responded and said that.
Yeah, but it's hard because it's too soft and your feet may pronate a little bit. But if you keep the feet spread apart, and I've been known to do it, and just kind of gently have that movement up and down. After about 48 hours, 72 hours, the benefits of Cellercise, we start to go backwards, just like in exercise. So it's important, if we can, to have some of that movement every day.
Okay. All right. What exercises from the thighs, outside thighs, inner thighs, and the whole thigh? What can help with the loose skin above the knees? Age, ugh. Also, any exercise to help from the forearms, which we did cover last week. But
good. Thanks, Christine. Okay, the Jamba run, no question. The Jamba run burns weight, strengthens, tightens, and tones, and you can only really do it on a Cellerciser. It's not effective anywhere else. So the knees, the thighs, again, keeping the back straight. You've seen me do it, but just do this movement. And if you tighten the buttocks while you're doing it, tighten the stomach while you're doing it, it's intense. For both sides of the thigh, buttocks, both sides of the knee, stepping across side to side is a good one. Add the little bounce. And then this one actually is good for inner outer thigh. It's the same kind of movement basically you'd have if you were skiing or putting your feet together. But that's going to work the inner outer thigh and help build up the knees and the ankles and the hips as well.
Okay. I hiked up the side of a mountain yesterday called 1,000 Steps. Today my calves are tight. What exercises could be done to help the climb up and down and avoid the tight calves in the following days after the hike? So what could she have done to prepare for that and after?
Prepare Cellercise beforehand. Lifting the heels up and down is going to work the calf muscle. But keep in mind, it's not like a typical exercise for the calf because you're pumping circulation at the same time. And that pumping of the circulation helps to reduce any lactic acid or tightness in the cell tissue, which includes the muscle and the ligaments and the tendons. So this movement up and down, lifting the heels up and down, will strengthen the calf muscle, but it also firms them up. And as the circulation improves, you'll eventually be running up and down mountains with an enormous amount of energy and strength, as many of us do as well. I'm trying to think of something else for the twisting. When you're twisting, you're lifting the heels up and down too, so that's also working the calf muscle, and that additional movement can also help to loosen them up, increase that circulation too.
Okay. Is it safe for a person with Afib to Cellercise doing the health bounce 4 to 5 minutes twice a day?
Yeah, check with your doctor, depending on what you do. Cellercise helps make it easier on the heart and all the collateral muscles around the heart, so that it's just easier. It's just easier to pump that circulation. So people can generally do more exercise on the Cellerciser than they would on typical pieces of equipment that might make it harder on the heart and restrict more of that circulation. Cellercise is a pumping action. So we've worked with cardiologists as well, and I would suggest talking with the cardiologist and letting him know because he's going to know your situation. And he's welcome to give me a call. I'm happy to talk to him about some of the different movements, or you can show the DVD to them as well. Doctors are actually now going to have the ability to work with us with the new app so that we can put together programs specific to what your needs might be.
Okay, so that's all the ones that I collected earlier.
Okay.
So I've actually got a phone right here. We're going to ask some of these that have come right across, okay?
Thanks, Christine.
I get a lot of noise from my balance bar on the legs of the Cellerciser when bouncing. Is there a way to decrease or eliminate this? My unit sits on a hardwood floor.
Yep, put a little round carpet or mat underneath it, similar to what we've done, so that it just makes it real quiet. We did the same thing in my home. We've got a little round carpet directly underneath our Cellerciser too. And we're looking to have these little round carpets made available soon. Our manufacturer's looking into it, and we should have more updated information very soon.
Okay. I had plantar fasciitis in times past and still experience stiff legs in the morning. Is there...
Yeah.
I think she's just looking for, let's see, is there any specific move I can do to help this? I do Cellercise barefoot and try landing on the heel and bounce on my toes. Any advice would be helpful.
You bet. Starting off flat-footed is not really going to be working the muscles or the ligaments underneath the arch of the foot much at all, but it's pumping circulation. So it's a warm-up. As we start to warm up, we can then start to do different movements, such as gently lifting the heels up and down and doing the twist so that we can start to increase flexibility in the foot. From there, we can lift our heels up and down to strengthen the actual muscles and tendons underneath the foot. And it's important to understand that Cellercise doesn't cause plantar fasciitis. Jarring causes plantar fasciitis. When the foot becomes restrictive and we go out and we do something strenuous, that's when we can tear underneath the foot. Cellercise is the warm-up. If we already have plantar fasciitis, then Cellercise can expose it. It can actually let us know that we have an issue that we need to work on. But we've had great many people. In fact, we had that incredible testimonial recently, Christine, with the gentleman with the plantar fasciitis, and amazing results. And he's on one of our previous. We read it on one of our previous presentations.
Okay.
Good.
All right. So Vitor is asking about the kit for the conversion kit.
Oh, the conversion kit.
This is another good announcement.
All right, let's announce that now too. All right, this week, we will be putting our conversion kit, which takes a standard balance bar and turns it into the streamlined balance bar. So what will happen is you'll keep your two end pieces, and all you do is you'll take the top part off and you simply buy one of these heavy-duty top pieces. These are actually more expensive to make than the individual pieces on the bigger bar, probably because it's one solid piece which fits easily into a carrying case, a little easier to put together. That's a $40 piece. We have a limited quantity. If we don't have them on the website and you want one sooner, $35. It's $35. We went over our pricing. It's going to be $35 for the top of the balance bar. So if you don't want to wait, give our office a call in the morning, and we can start fulfilling some of those orders too.
Okay.
Thank you, Vitor.
All right. Let's see. Okay. It looks like some of these scroll by so fast, and I apologize, friends.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, this one says, and I don't know if you have an answer for it, but we'll try it. Okay, I'll just kind of start from the beginning. I'm new to Cellercising, and I think we just had the phone die. So, let's see.
Do you want to get on my phone?
Basically, they were asking, let's see if I can bring it up right here. I'm new to Cellercising as this week. Got to meet Jenna on the website this afternoon, and Jenna's fantastic.
She grew up on this
afternoon, and she recommended I get on this session live. Any stories that you have heard from musicians who have used their Cellerciser?
From musicians?
Mm-hmm. I think every performance hall should have several of these backstage. Oh. Thanks, Anna Ruth Boyce, for introducing me to the Cellerciser.
Yeah, we've got guitarists. I mean, we've got some pretty famous people that use the Cellerciser. But one of the best things that I think for performance and for vocal performance is the movement with the breathing in and out. I don't know if you heard the difference of my voice just from doing that for a few moments, but this gets to the other 1/3 of the diaphragm that most people don't get enough oxygen to. It opens up the bronchial tubes in the lungs and strengthens diaphragmatic breathing. It also opens up the larynx, so people that are involved with radio announcing or television newscasters and their voice is important to them, they really need to try the Cellerciser and see and hear the difference. So it doesn't take much to make that difference, and over time it becomes stronger. But just this. I pump with the arms because the arms actually increase oxygen all throughout the chest cavity and into the bloodstream as well. But you can hear the difference in the voice quality. I couldn't do that before. But you can after you've done Cellercising. And until you personally experience it, you really don't know. But once you've experienced it, you realize, hey, this is something I need to add as part of my normal routine as well. So thank you for your comments. I agree with them.
Okay, I'm just going to kind of spin through here and see if we've missed anything else. Okay. How can I strengthen my wrist muscles on the Cellerciser?
Wrist muscles?
Mm-hmm.
The wrist muscles? Really? I would, when you're doing this movement up and down for the arms, you're also working the wrists. And then you do the same thing the other direction, you're still working the wrist. So that will strengthen the wrist. Another one you can do is literally take that, and we talked about this previously too. It's called the Dynaball or something similar to the Dynaball. Dynaflex, Dynaflex, Dynaflex. Thank you, Christine. And you can get that going while you're bouncing. When you're bouncing, you're increasing lymph fluid movement and circulation so that you don't build up the soreness, but you're still gonna work those wrists as well. And it's helped people that have wrist problems, carpal tunnel issues, elbow issues, and I've been through that myself and did it on the Cellerciser, and it was extremely effective.
Okay, I'm just going to see what else we have here. Okay, it looks like that's the end of our questions.
All right.
So we're on to the big event.
Okay, so did you figure out how to use that? All right, Christine.
Did it say on the side? Okay.
Do you have here? I'll let you do this thing here.
And then
my hair is pretty loud. So.
I'm going to have you have this one because then we can put that next to it so that you can hear it on the phone.
Oh, fine. Okay. So I'm going to call one of our technicians up right now. He is sitting by his computer, ready and eager and willing to launch the app. Now, as with any launch, we hope for a good, successful launch. There's a lot that has gone into this and a lot that does go into it. So hopefully it's going to be a success. And we're going to call Chris up right now and let's see what he says.
Hi, Dave.
Hello, Chris. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Good for you. Well, we have a whole bunch of people sitting on our program waiting with bated breath for the launch of our Mr. Rebounder app. So I thought
get it launched.
I'm gonna count down and then you can launch it. Ready?
Ready.
Okay. We'll do it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch it, Chris. Woo! That's pretty funny. Yeah, we had graffiti all over the floor, but it went the wrong way. But hey, it will start uploading. I mean, you'll be able to go to it, take a look at our website. We've got information concerning it. Feel free to share it with other people. Chris, how's it looking?
So far, everything's a go. I'm just double checking for everybody. It is working on my end. So yeah, if everybody runs over to the website, they should see pop-ups, they should see banners. The product should be in the store. They should be able to check out. So go ahead and go get it.
Okay, right. So if they didn't quite catch what Chris said, he said to head straight to the website, go to the store. The app link is there. Put it in your cart, check out, and then you'll be able to download it onto your device, right? Is that correct, Chris?
We have it available for Apple and Android. So.
Okay.
That is correct. It is ready.
Thank you, Chris. Thanks for all your work and efforts today. Appreciate you. And appreciate all the patience and the support and the belief in Cellercise and our program, our company. And thank you, Christine, for being an invaluable part of what we're doing.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.